You know, Mary Frances, no offense, but I think you're overreacting here. I am not mad at you.
No?
No. I knew you'd eventually find out about Douglas. I mean, you are Bay City's best PI, aren't you?
You see, that's just the thing, Christy. I wasn't spying or investigating or anything like that. I was just curious, that's all. I really wasn't trying to horn in where I wasn't wanted.
Can it frame you were too?
Okay. Maybe just You're really not mad?
I'm really not. I mean, the only reason I was kind of stalling about telling you was because of the wedding.
My wedding?
No, Marlon Dial's. Yes, your wedding, of course. I mean, here you and Cass are all excited about the prospects of your new beginnings, and I mean, who wants a downer around?
Oh, of all the things you are, Carson, downer is not one of them, trust me.
No, but this situation is pretty rough, as you can see. Look, Frankie, a lot of people can't handle illness very well. And, Douglas and I, that's the last thing we want is for any of our friends to feel uncomfortable about this. So if we're just a little bit protective about our life around here, I just need you to understand, okay?
Yes, I do understand, but you keep forgetting something, my friend, something very important.
What?
We had an oath, remember, that we share everything, no matter how good, no matter how bad, no matter what, and not ever, ever a secret. Is this coming back to you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, have you outgrown this kind of friendship, or what?
Not a chance.
Good.
Well, you have a magnificent library here, Douglas. I envy you. I would like nothing better than to spend, 2 or 3 years just sitting here reading.
Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster?
I'm sorry, was that indelicate of me?
Please, no. It wasn't a rebuke, Cass. It was just a statement of fact.
Well, I love The Merchant of Venice. It's a particular favorite of mine.
A gentleman and a scholar. Mary Frances is a lucky lady.
Oh, so what did I miss? I'm lucky because I'm going to Venice again? Is that it?
No. Nice try, Frank. You know, I'm the guy who's still receiving thank you notes from our bank card president, remember?
No.
Frankie and I had this lovely, lavish trip to Venice earlier this year.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it was absolutely magical. It was the best idea we ever had.
As I recall, wild horses had to drag you there.
Oh, you didn't want to go?
Oh, no, I wanted to go. It's just that, it's a long story. Cass had to kidnap me, but it all turned out perfectly in the end, didn't it, Steve?
Yes, it did.
We were fortunate to get to Baden-Baden a few years ago, but I've always wanted to show Christy the beauty of Venice.
Well, maybe next year after you finish your book. We'll have plenty of time for travel after that.
I was just going to say we should definitely check that gate.
Look at them, will you?
I know, 2 peas in a pod. How many peas can you fit in one of those long green things, anyway?
Oh, don't ask me. Douglas just hands me the plants, and I dig the dirt. I'm cheap labor all the way.
Oh, somehow I doubt that very seriously. They're talking up quite a storm.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. She's always been a sucker for the scholarly type.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Should I take that as a compliment?
Nah.
Oh.
Actually, in my book, you're more of a rakish scholar.
Oh, well, a very astute observation, Mrs. Carson. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Your wife saved my life, you know.
No, I didn't know. When? When was
Oh, years ago, but it's just like Christine, not to mention it.
it? How did she do this?
Well, she had left Oklahoma already, but I was still stuck there, and she knew that. So, one Christmas, I get this card from her, and it had a pretty hefty check inside. She called it a life loan, but she wasn't going to call it in until I had gotten my life together.
That was very generous.
Oh, you're telling me? I hightailed it out of there and got my PI license, and, well, here I am.
And when did Christy do all this?
Oh, more years ago than I care to remember, but I think it was when she was doing the New York Theater, or maybe it's when she was doing so well with the TV commercials. I'm not so sure.
Okay. Here's the bill. Christy wants to know whether you can manage an obscene, I might add, peach tort. If not, I could always run home and get a loaf of that organically pure zucchini bread.
Oh, you think you're very clever, don't you? Okay. I'll be right back.
Would you like to join me?
Yes, thank you.
Douglas is an absolute dream. He is smart, and he's witty, and he's handsome, and he's...
I know, Mary Frances, I married him, remember?
Yes, but sometimes...
Say it.
What?
You didn't expect someone older to be so attractive.
No, that's not what I was going to say at all.
Oh, that's Frankie, that's okay. You know, a lot of people think that when a younger woman marries an older man, there's got to be a reason, and usually they assume it's money.
Christy, I wouldn't think that.
Well, maybe not you, but people do. And they couldn't be more wrong. I mean, yes, we're comfortable, but look at him. I mean, if it weren't for his illness...
Oh,
sweetie. Oh, I didn't even mean to get onto that. It's just, what I was trying to say was that the minute I met Douglas, every other man I was dating just faded away. They were all boys compared to him. Douglas is a man.
Oh, yes, he certainly is. Okay, here we go.
So, tell us more about these upcoming nuptials. When's the happy occasion?
Oh, soon.
That's what I like about my bride-to-be. She's so definite.
Well, she'd better get definite or all the good places are going to be booked.
Oh, you know your wife has another career, don't you? She's trying to make Martha Stewart look like a piker.
I hadn't known that she was so involved.
Well, I'm not really. It's just that these two think a wedding can be planned in 2 days.
Candace?
Let's be honest, Cass. Christy's right. We want something small and tasteful and gorgeous. Any ideas?
What about that park near the waterfront?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, it's spectacular. It's got a beautiful view, and I think there's even a stone warming hut on the ground.
A hut? She wants us to get married in a hut?
Trust me, Cass, it is very, very elegant. And it might cost a little more, but you only get married once.
Well, in our case, we have several. I think.
You can't deny yourself anything on that day. I mean, Douglas and I spent a fortune on this incredibly beautiful wedding, and it was worth every penny.
Where was
At the New York Botanical Gardens. I mean, Douglas had to pull every string imaginable, but it was a day that neither one of us will ever forget.
Wow.
Christy, could you get my pills and some water, please?
Oh, of course.
Douglas, is there something I can do?
No. Just need some medicine, that's all. My medicine.